What's today?
Today is
Saturday,
November, right after Thanksgiving.
25th.
Is it 25th or 26th?
Yeah, I think today's the 25th.
Saturday, November 25th. Okay, we're back here after 2 days of great Thanksgiving. Dinner, friends, some relatives, and it was a great 2017 Thanksgiving. And we're thanking God for changing everything towards the one of the best years. We are back to start, even though we are still working on the roof to strengthen it. Today we're gonna do the first wall in the front, actually, by the door. So we'll be cutting the window space, door space, and put the plywoods.
Yeah, and we're waiting for Dennis.
Thank you. Can I interview you too? You wanna say something? Tell me how you're feeling. No, you come over here.
Oh, now is it recording? We're still working on the roof, as my dad said, and we're gonna start working on the walls. So it's gonna start looking more and more like a house. I'm excited to finish this, and I'm curious to see who's going to live in this, and I hope that they enjoy it and it'll help them. So who do you think is gonna buy this home? This tiny home?
I think it could be anybody. For example, it could be a family, a big family.
No, but if you were to predict, like, just a guess. Not like in general who's gonna buy these homes, just like for this specific home, who do you think it is? And we're gonna see who's right.
I think it's going to be a family with at least 3 children.
Really?
I think so. Because upstairs gives you a lot of room for 2 children or 3 children if they're younger. And then there's a bridge between 2 bedrooms upstairs. So there's no stair from the second staircase going down from the second bedroom. And the first bedroom, the main bedroom, master bedroom, has the great staircase. And also downstairs could be used as a bedroom at night. And because the second floor has standing up space up to 7 feet high, I think a family would really appreciate it. What do you think?
I feel like it's probably gonna be a couple. I have a weird feeling it might be just a couple, probably in their 30s, and they don't have kids yet. I don't know.
So you're saying a couple with potential children
Maybe,
might be interested in...
Maybe, or I don't know, I feel like maybe a couple with a lot of friends who might want to invite a lot of people over once in a while.
Yeah.
But it's just a guess. You can see what Dennis says. There's Dennis.
Picking out Dennis from the... Hi, Dennis.
What's up?
Hey.
There's a question.
So we were asking each other who we think is gonna buy our first house. If you had to predict.
Who?
Yeah, who's gonna buy our house?
Who do you think will be?
Probably someone we know.
Okay.
Why?
Do you like how old do you think they'll be? Will they be single? Will they be a couple? Or
Probably
family?
a 50 to 60-year-old couple.
Okay.
Why?
I don't know, we're gonna see who's closest to, I don't know, whoever buys our home. So, putting up the first wall.
There's a running list of things going on all at the same time. So to see one wall put up is like, okay, cool. We have to put up the rest of the walls. And then after that, we have X, Y, and Z going on at the same time. So, I don't know, I don't know if I remember feeling something when the first wall or the first pole is put up, but it's just sort of like, well, we have all these other things to do. So I'm just thinking about all those other things to do at the same time that's going up.
We're putting the first wall up. Man. it is starting to really look like a house. A tiny house. I don't know what else to say. I mean, really, I feel like I was more excited when we put up the first pole than when we put up the first wall. I mean, yeah, I don't know why. For some reason, just putting up that pole was just more exciting than putting up the first wall. But it is a milestone. And, oh my gosh, it's taking so much longer than we expected. But I think it's mostly because our tiny home is so unique. And we looked online for other people who might have done the same thing, and we haven't found anyone. So we're all just figuring out how to do the whole second story part on our own.
Dear tiny house followers, today we're building one for you to free yourself from high rents and high mortgages. Own tiny, live rich. That's our belief. That's how we can help people. Everybody who wants to join us can live a happy, richer, more prosperous, and giving life. Thank you, and hope to see you next time.
Yes. See you guys next time.
So, Baba, what are we doing today?
What are we doing today?
We are enforcing the walls. Now we're putting more screws in, and we're not using any nails. We're using screws, and that really makes it stronger.
So my dad is working on drilling the outside of the tiny home. I'm inside working on the insulation. I have to put all these rectangle pieces together, wrap it in saran wrap, and then put it in the empty spaces. It is freezing. It is so cold. Like, my hands generally get cold during the winter, colder than normal. But working in these conditions where there are holes in the walls and the walls themselves are made of metal, it's really thin. And then we have our neighbors coming in and out of the place, so they're opening and closing the gate. And so like bursts of cold air comes in. So my hands are just constantly numb. We do have a little heater that I go to. Like, I have to take so many breaks just to go to the heater and like put my hands in to try to warm them up to like hopefully feel something. It's gotten so bad that when I try to type, my phone can't sense my fingers pressing anything. I can't feel anything in my fingers, so it's like I feel like I'm putting pressure, but I'm not putting any pressure, and my phone just can't recognize me trying to type something out.
What we're doing here is we're wrapping the house with stucco wrap. I think it's better. And we're not stapling it. We are caulking it to the wall. So it sticks and it's stronger. It's much better than staples. It won't leave holes on it.
So we're officially putting in our first window.
Yes. Yes, thank God we're doing this. Today is an exciting day, as every day.
Is our cat friend always watching us? Well, now we're watching you. Wah.
Yesterday I was patting her. Yeah. She's gonna put her hand, look. Our Chevy Suburban is fantastic. We spend a lot of time over here in Home Depot. We were there almost daily. Home Depot got richer after we started our project. We met a lot of people. They saw us every day, and we spent hours and hours and hours at Home Depot. It was a good experience, and I'm glad there's Home Depot and similar corporations that you can find most of the materials.
Is it good?
I hope so. Looks like it. All right, we'll go slow.
So this is kind of our way to work. It's cold out. There's snow. What's happening today?
Today we're going to work on this siding for the first floor. Also, 2 volunteers are coming to meet us, see how they can help us. Emmett and I have been walking this road every day since July. We dedicated ourselves.
Yeah, I keep talking.
We dedicated ourselves to build this, finish this. It's taking a little longer than what we expected, but it's the first one. I think it's all natural that it's taking so much time, and also we're getting to know the companies and how they work. They can send the supplies or what the problems could occur. For example, we ordered plastic siding for the upstairs walls. We received them just to find out that they delivered our order to a company in New Jersey, and their order came to us. and it took them 3 days just to come back and pick up the wrong order, and we haven't received our order yet. So these things happen, we know, we anticipate that. It's just the lesson and the education we get from building our own business is no matter what happens, just fix it and keep going, move forward. That's the only thing we can do to be successful in life. And so we keep going and going and going. And Emel is one of our biggest aid helper, God bless her, as well as our son. Emel also working on producing this documentary, filming it and shooting it from time to time.
I don't know where to put this, but here's this side.
So I've been interested in tiny homes for a while. I guess I first got interested in it when I was little. Growing up, I really wanted to design my own house, and kind of didn't really happen just because of the budget, and I didn't really know how to start. And when I started learning about tiny homes, it kind of became more realistic for me. And I just kind of want to get involved at this point, and eventually in the next couple of years build my own tiny home.
So how did you find New York City tiny homes?
So I moved to New York from Rhode Island about 3 months ago, and kind of wanted to turn over a new leaf. So I was on Facebook trying to look for different groups, on Meetup, and just trying to reach out to different people, and came across the Tiny House New York. So that's when I contacted you guys and was able to come out here and have the opportunity to see what you guys have been doing over the past couple months. So when you first talked to me over the phone, I really didn't know what to expect other than the pictures that I'd already seen on the Facebook website or Facebook group. And when I first came through the doors there, I kind of looked at it and I was like, oh, that's kind of small. It looks pretty small. And then once I came inside, you can see how spacious it really is. Over the past several months, I've seen tons of videos on tiny houses, tons of like pictures and everything, but I've never actually been standing in one. So it's kind of cool standing in one now and kind of realizing the size of it and that it actually is a livable space. So I think that's pretty cool.
I don't know, have you met any other tiny home people?
So no, so this is my first, like I said, my first time being in an actual tiny home.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen a lot of like documentaries and videos, and I think one of the coolest things about tiny homes is like, it seems that there's no two tiny homes that are built identical to each other. It seems like each one has a different twist. And I mean, seeing this one here with the hoist mechanism that has its own twist on things, and there's always going to be different materials that people use, different I guess different designs, different architectures, and I think that's what makes kind of tiny houses really unique, because you're never going to get that like cookie cutter tiny house, because everyone wants to put their own spin on it and their own personality into it, which I think is very important.
Have you met any owners of tiny homes or other people interested?
So, no, I haven't met other people that live in tiny homes. A couple of my family members own RVs or like big trailers, and I always thought they were really cool. But yeah, specifically the tiny home, I have not. But I guess now I can say I have. So that's pretty cool. I think what your dad was saying on the way here, how the tiny house movement, how it can really affect change in people, especially financially, and kind of giving them the freedom to do what they want to do. And I think that's one of the things that's really attractive about tiny houses, in terms of, you know, being able to, I mean, living in a tiny house, but then not being restricted to a certain area, or not having to stay in one location, because you can just hook it up to your car or your trailer or your truck and bring it wherever you want to be. And I think that's what a lot of people these days are looking for, and I think that's why it's becoming so successful.
Tiny homes, yeah, it's been going on for a while. I was previously married, and as you get married, you know, you want to start settling down into maybe owning property. And my husband, he loves to travel, and I hate to move. And thinking about moving every 5 years, I'm like, no, it has to be another way. And then we are also thinking about, like, it costs a lot of money to, you know, own property and all that mess. So then I was just researching online, and I started reading about tiny houses, and I'm like, this is really a good idea. It's really cute too, and we save money. So, and it works out that, you know, we could pick up and move without moving stuff, which I don't like. So it worked out, and then from there it just kept on going. I'm also involved in the design industry, so it made perfect sense to start, you know, designing my own thing on Vectorworks. I had like a couple of drafts of, you know, from an actual tiny house that was like actually a tiny mansion, and I realized, you know, this is too big, and so it became like smaller, and then it got smaller. Now I'm thinking about, you know, doing a schoolie, but all those I've been trying to design on Vectorworks, and so that's where I'm at right now. But yeah, it's been a long journey, and I can't wait till one day when I actually own my own tiny vehicle or house. You know, it'll be really cool.
How did you find out about us?
Well, so I moved to California for a year. It didn't work out. I didn't have, you know, transportation and all that, but I came back to New York City, where I originally grew up, and I was like, well, I miss home, and I realized I want to stay in New York City for the rest of my life. I know it sounds crazy, but it's really like a convenient space, and I was like, well, I'm interested in tiny houses. This is difficult now, like that doesn't happen in New York City. So I was like, okay, Google always does magic. So I Googled tiny houses New York City. I don't know if I found you guys on Google, so I was like, okay, I need to deepen my research. So I went to Facebook to see if there's any group of, like, you know, New Yorkers interested in tiny living. So I did that, and you guys came up, and I was so happy, and I'm so glad to be here. Yeah.
So, have you seen other tiny homes in person?
No. This is my first time, and I'm so pleased to be here. Thank you guys for having me. Like, it is a dream come true. I mean, I go to sleep and I dream about, like, living in a tiny house. I had, you know, several dreams like that, and I'm so happy to actually see it in real life. Well, I want to add that it's not as small as you think. I mean, like, you really don't need that much space. Like, I'm coming into the tiny home you guys are building, and I feel like it's great, you know. It's cute, you know. It's wonderful. You don't need so much space. You really don't.
I think coming in as an outsider or a volunteer to the space is, yeah, it's great. It's awesome. I could see why they wouldn't want to stay that long. They just want to see what it's like. I think it's cool that they came out to come and help a little wherever they could. I don't know if I would do that. I don't know if I'd show up to someone else's tiny house to help. That's just me, though. I don't know. But it was really nice of them that they did. I think at the time, yeah, I don't think I would have done that. Now, yeah, I'd probably be open to helping someone else with their tiny house, just because I know how much work goes into it. And to save them to save someone even like 10 or 15 minutes on one part of the house, I'd be pretty grateful for that for sure.
We had two volunteers, Connor and Medina. They came to see how it's built. They wanted to build their own tiny homes in the future. It was great. They helped us. We thanked them. And we had a great time. They learned from us. We learned from them what they were thinking about the future of tiny homes. We'd like to thank Connor and Medina for helping us. And we would like to wish them all the best while they're building their future homes on wheels.
So, it's another beautiful cold day here in Long Island City. The air is great, filled with chemicals and burning junk. And we got most of the siding done here, which is good. I should close this door. Don't want cats getting in. So, got the windows in. We still need to get one more window in. No, actually we got it. Never mind. We got them all on the first floor. Yes. So yeah, we've mostly been working on the first floor, not so much the second. We will get to that soon. And yeah, as you can see, we still don't have a door yet. We got the window almost done with this side. And it's like 30 something degrees today. So, good day to work. What's going on, Bubba?
It's a freezing day. Probably it's below 32. And it's a beautiful sunny day at the same time. The wind just makes it a little harsher. On the side, now we're doing the entrance area, and then we'll go around and then keep going up. And at the same time, Emil is working on the installation inside. And pretty soon after we finish this, we will be putting inside siding, and then we'll shellac and varnish it so it'll gain the look of log cabins, and it'll protect it from the weather conditions.
I don't know if you can see it, but the air is pretty cloudy. And yeah, nice and toxic. So today is December 22nd. So what are we doing today?
We're working on inside and upstairs walls insulation. Well, once we finish insulating inside, then we'll start putting inside siding, which is pine, and then we will shellac it also. And then we'll put the floors, and then the kitchen, and then the bathroom wall, and then the bathroom. So we're getting closer to it, even though it's taking a long time, because it's just us doing it. And we might have some more volunteers to come and help us. I'd like to test the shellacking of the pine today too, pine wood. Today we will probably run water lines through here, back to that back corner. The reason is we thought originally sink would be better here, but since we're putting the shower cabin here, we're gonna be putting it over there. And the black water pipe is ending here. We need to run it through back there too, because where the sink is gonna be. And we'll close these, and then we'll close that with the insulation. Finish that up over here, and move this light fixtures, and it'll be ready tomorrow to keep building the bathroom area and all around. Yeah, we'll be working mostly inside. We'll see how far we can go this weekend.
Our first guest.
If you can avoid working on a tiny house during winter, I say, yeah, definitely do that. But if it goes into winter, then yeah, you have to put in the work during that time so you don't lose any time. And yeah, cats are good. If you have a cat nearby, just feed them so they give you company while you work on it.
Oh, look what you did. Stop. No, what are you doing? Oh. Trash. Is there anything you want to say?
What should I say?
Do you know what we're doing today?
Well, yeah.
What do we...
Installation for the second floor walls. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. What's you want me to say?
Thoughts?
This is fun stuff, man. It's real fun stuff.
Yeah, pick up your stuff.
No food for the cat today. Sorry. We didn't bring any food today for the cat. I feel sad. She's meowing, asking for food. But we might do something good for her today. Maybe we can build a house.
What are you doing, Bubba?
Oh, building a little house for our neighbor cat. We got this from Home Depot. And I'm covering, gluing, caulking styrofoam inside the walls. So it'll be warmer for her. It's really cold out here, and then I know she sleeps over here by the metal brackets on a very dirty blanket. So hopefully we'll get something cleaner for her, or make something, and then she'll be just warm all night. And maybe all day too, because she walks around here. She tries to sit on the concrete, but then she gets up every few seconds because it's too cold, probably. And then we put cardboard around here. She sits on them sometimes. Sometimes she doesn't. So I think we're building a house, a tiny house, and I thought maybe we should build another tiny house for the cat.
Ooh, is there a light? I know there's a light on this thing. Where'd she go? She's just here. Well, let's go check out the bed she has now. Yeah, that's it. I don't remember if I got footage of this, but this is where she stays. One of the few things I actually liked about the workshop were the cats. Yeah, I don't know, I wanted to say more, but I guess that's it, just the cats. Where did she go? Ginger? Oh, cat. I didn't know you were up here. Must be the only warm spot. Oh, that's the other cat. Bubba says he's not as cute. The weirdos. Okay. Working on the second floor walls. Hey, Chip.
So I glued this styrofoam. When we close it, it'll keep inside warm.
Don't put your face on it.
No, it's so nice. I like the feeling of warmth that it produces, or it gives back to you.
Oh, look, she's here. You want to see your new house? Okay. So you finished it?
Yeah, kind of. It was quick.
Nice.
It's soft and I don't know. It might come off. So when we close this, go inside.
Nice.
Wait,
Homey.
it's not nice. This is gonna fall off. Would you hold this for a second?
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's another.
Hmm.
Where should we put this?
Just next to the bed?
Next to the bed, right here.
Sure.
Right. I'll put this one. This doesn't.
Oh, there's the other one.
Oh. This thing came off. Go in here.
Meh. Go in. No, go in. Go in. No. No, the door's on the other side. Doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah. She'll figure it out.
Go in.
Yeah, we'll figure out the calculations, whichever one's cheaper. I'm sure the 5-gallon one is the cheapest, but
Yeah. We'll
It's
see how
just-
much we need.
yeah.
What we do is maybe we buy 1 pint or quart. We finish one side, see if it's enough. Then we calculate accordingly, so we know how many pints we need. But you know, we might do it twice.
Yeah.
It has to absorb first. The second one will really protect it.
Oh, nice. Start covering them.
We started, yeah. Once we shellac it, it'll be all done. I mean, you won't see.
Yeah, you won't see.
And then
But it looks
these
fine
are,
right now.
Yeah, you don't see nails, except if you look from the side.